We live? Yeah, we live. How are you going to do the entity resolution? Because Instagram and TikTok will just have places, right? I want an effective way to do the entity resolution. I'm sure you can just spin up another Claude instance to go through the entire CSV one by one and go and just map shit. But I do want every single entity to at least have a Google Maps link or some link so that they can reference it in some capacity. If a place doesn't have a Google Maps link, that's okay. You can just have a link to something. So, or just the name of the place is enough. That's fine. I guess, yeah. But how are you gonna do the entity resolution? Concurrent views. Who's even here, bro? Dropper, what's up? As part of the data enrichment flow, I want you to make sure you tag uh, places that have really good ratings or have popped up on Instagram and TikTok, because that's important. I would want to think about where a point of interest has shown up as well. And is it possible to have ratings and all this stuff? Because I don't want to just put crap in my friend's newsletter. Let's work on completing my school courses. What courses do I have active right now, and what do I need to work on? Study the README files to study the Markdown files to figure out how to work with me, and yeah, let's get a plan together. I was using Claude Cowork to come up with a plan, but I think that's already done. What do you think could be improved in this loop, or any problems you foresee? Yeah, and let me just check my Appify account to see how many credits I have. Apparently I have $9 left, so make sure you just do a POC. I think 1,000 results from each of these reels and stuff should be enough. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's do it. I'll let you know when to run the loop. I want you to be really thorough with the plan with me, so that you have an exact to-do list on things you can let the Ralph loop or another Claude Code instance work on. Guys, drop a what's up in the chat, man. What's going on? Can you hear me? Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Means in a map. What's a map to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a non-believer? Only man. I actually also want to have actually used the app on my phone and share that app with other people that want to test it. I don't want to go through all this app store shit. Is there a way to get my app just on my phone and 2 friends so that they can use it and test it out? I'm going to show you what's in my agentic AI course. And then I want you to do it. This is what's in my agentic AI course. I want a course outline, I want infographics generated, I want the HTML generated, I want everything generated. But I want, and I will only review the documents after the full HTML has been generated, because I don't want to read Markdown. The token should be in the end file. Yeah, categories. Yeah, those categories are good. Yeah, flag a chain, but just it can just be a chain yes or no indicator. Run a test run. Yeah, run a test run on like 50. Run a test run on like $1 or $2. I can always top it up. I need you to just verify that this pipeline works. So actually, yeah, 50 cents is fine. Yeah, so what if I build an app? That means what, like compiling it and getting the app file and letting someone do that. So I only have 30 builds, so I can only debug 30 times. So what are you telling me? Hello, wait, this is working. What does that 30 builds a month mean? Can I only test my app 30 times? What if there's 30 errors and I have to rebuild it each time to figure out the error? What's the best way to test mobile app development? Yeah. I want you to write a hook that looks at the to-do.md file and starts crossing off to-dos after we have agreed that the to-do is done. tab should have its own HTML, and then yeah, so generate an HTML per tab, like how agentic AI works, or build your own agent should be its own tab. You know what I mean? Is there a way to do this build test loop without me in the loop? I want you to be able to build and test. I don't want to be involved in this. I just want you to build shit. No, I don't want you to do it like this. I already have the course, right? So I'll just have to reformat that, but I want you to create a HTML of the course content for each of the tabs on the left of that school screenshot. The content already lives in my directory here. I have lots of MD files on how Ralph loops work, how agentic AI works, building your own agent, and I want you to interview me on how to use Claude Code to the max. We've already been working with it in terms of hooks and the Ralph loop and all this shit. I think using Claude Code to the max and having multiple windows open and stuff, like, I think we can infer that, or you interview me and then we can write the content. Yeah, does that make sense? Sure. I want to be as hands-off as possible for this mobile app development. For the Ralph loop and the agentic AI, as in like building the agents on your own, I've given you some videos from Geoffrey Hunter or whatever, and I want you to use those as the content because the guys can explain it way better than I could anyway. Have you identified the Apify actors that you need? Oh, I should. Bro, fix it. I have anywhere between 2 to 5 Claude Code windows open. I have my Claude Code work managing my personal life, my to-dos, my calendar, all this stuff, and helping me plan my day. And then I have multiple Claude Code instances running in the terminal, executing tasks with a hook that completes each to-do after we have verified that the hook that to-do is done and we're happy with it. Okay. I use a lot of pre and post tool use hooks. I have hooks to make sure that I never do the rm-rf command. I don't want that to ever happen. Workflow session, I basically just talk to the computer and ask it what I want. I have a bunch of markdown files that gives you context into what I'm building, who I am, how you should work with me. And we're constantly updating these markdown files with progress so that you always have updated context on who I am. I am trying to minimize the amount of context window I use in terms of these context files, and I'm trying to use one Claude Code agent per task. That maximizes the context, and you can spin up Claude Code agents, run the task, close it, and take those outputs and update the to-do lists or whatever. We're just trying to keep the context as fresh as possible, to be honest. And the idea is to have many autonomous loops working at the same time, getting multiple projects done. Pro tips, I would say, I think just getting over the familiarity with the tools available and like being comfortable to use them is probably the biggest hurdle in using this thing. And understanding the power and how to keep it on the rails, how your agents.md influences the way your Claude thinks, and how you can use your agents.md to steer Claude in the right way, which I'm not the best at right now, but I will evolve, and hopefully you will too. This is my Airbnb. It's the rest of the Airbnb. It's shared, but this little hut is mine. It's around 300 pounds or 400 bucks. It's like 500, 600 CAD. It's pretty cheap. You can interview me more, you know, ask me some more pointed questions. Dive deep into the details. Properly interview me, bruv. Can't believe they call me Unk, bro. That's fucked. You call me Unk. Yeah, 29 is when age hit me, bro. 10 years ago it was 2016. What the fuck? I had hair. Maybe I'll go Turkey, though. This grave shift, I ain't made shit. I wish I could write me a spaceship. Study the readme.md, me.md, agents.md, claude.md, whatever. Study all these MD files, learn how to work with me, and what I want to do is I want to figure out how you can connect to Blender, and actually I want to figure out how you can connect to these 3D, not just 3D, actually just Blender, and I want to figure out how you can connect to image generation software so that we can generate loads and loads of creatives for my mom's business. Can you upload the CSV to G Drive and open it? I want to see what the CSV looks like. Why is it taking so long? Oh, I need an Android emulator running. Bro, just build an iOS app. Like, fuck this Android shit. I don't give a fuck about Android and emulating. Android can go fuck itself. Bro, oh wait, I don't know if I should. Oh, buy hardware before it gets expensive. Shit's changing in 2026. La 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 la, making get my money right. Oh, my me rotten right. Run it, bro. Rip it. Get me like 1,000 or 2,000. Get me everything, brother. I want I also want detailed reviews of how you're coming up with this quality score, or like a detailed formula. I don't want you to just blindly do it. And yeah, okay, cool. Go for it. Rip this shit. After you rip this shit, though, we do need to generate the newsletter generator, which I will come back to in a second. Let's figure that out. Okay, I'll get the newsletters for my client and then let you know. Yo, I'm gonna spit some game for you, yeah? This is the best time to join. Okay, oh my god, what fuck it? I don't even know where to start. I need to turn off the music. Okay. Okay. There is a real difference in. There's a divide happening between companies. So if you go to big corporate, it's going to take you maybe 3 to 5 years, maybe even 7 years to include agentic AI, because the company is not designed for the AI to thrive in. But companies that allow the AI to actually work properly are going to accelerate super quickly. What I've seen is I literally helped my friend get a senior data analyst job at a very, very prominent UK startup. I was going to make a video about this, but I'll tell you right now anyway. And he joined, okay? He didn't get the lead role, he just got a senior role. And there was another guy that got the lead role, maybe 15, 20K extra cash, cool, whatever. And the output between my friend, the senior, and the lead that got that lead role over him is like 5x. My friend is outputting 5x more because he knows how to use agentic AI. The CTO was so surprised. The CTO has direct line with him now and is working with him one-on-one. The CTO saw the power of agentic AI, got everyone on, like literally stopped the business running in the product and engine departments and said everyone needs to use this. There's no way. Everyone needs to use this shit. Learn how to use it. And they paid for everyone's Claude Max subscription. And what's happening is that not only are they getting through their backlog, the velocity at which they ship and the quality at which they ship is increasing drastically. A lot of these ETL pipelines or a lot of the data engineering work, realistically, is just a bunch of tedious tasks that Claude can abstract away and just do. Even with all these business intelligence tools, like, you know, Power BI and shit, they're bad now because you have to drag and drop, click and move shit. With agentic AI, you literally just speak to Claude and you're like, hey, I need this dashboard. And Claude will write Python code, write the Streamlit dashboard and have it ready. And if it breaks, it will just fix it. And now you can have self-serve analytics using agentic AI. So they're moving away from all of their internal BI tools to just using agentic AI. They're involving agentic AI everywhere in the business. And my friends at big corporate are just learning to use ChatGPT. So I think there's a big difference happening, and the speed at which these companies use like the AIs or whatever, it's gonna change how business works. Also, with $200 a month, actually, if you run Claude for 24 hours straight, constantly building, it works around 10 to $15 an hour, yeah? That's cheaper than a McDonald's worker in California or New York. So what's happened, the meta is agentic AI. You get the fuck on it right now. I can't stress that enough to you, bro. The simplest way is downloading Google Anti-Gravity, using their free tier and seeing what's possible. When you are able to see what's possible and it does something and you have that oh shit moment, then it's worth buying a Google Pro subscription to use Gemini 3 more. And when you're like, okay, I need more, then get the Claude Max or get the Google Max. I'm so serious. This is, things have changed. I used to be in the camp of AI is not good. AI is good now, and I am completely sold. And you can just, bro, you can build companies in a week. You can build full feature products in a week. I don't know how to, the moat now, what I would urge you to study is how software is built, not like coding per se, like understanding front end, the trade-offs between the technologies, how back end is built. When you build software for yourself, you're building in the good path, but when you build software for other people, you need to learn about the failure path and how you build to handle failure. You need to know about messaging queues, how, like, what does idempotent mean? How does your database work? What's the best way to store your data? It's not about the actual coding, it's about the concepts and how you tie them together, because the machine can write the code now. It's all about connecting dots, knowing about which APIs exist. If you know already about which APIs exist out there to connect, that's half the moat. Knowing what to build and solving a real problem is the way. And on top of that, you can use Claude to help you get leads for a business. So there are ways, you don't need to only use YouTube. Like I use YouTube to get leads for my business, right? because people see my videos and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? I want to work with this guy, blah, blah, blah. But you could literally use Claude to spam personal, like cold emails. And you can do that for under $100 a month, all in. Bro, it's insane. This is the thing. What Claude Max has revealed is that people don't have real problems to solve. You're given literally the Antichrist in a computer, and you can use this fucking tool to build whatever you want. But people are building goy slop. You know what I mean? Go find a real problem to solve and solve it. So for my friend, who is my client as well, bro, you could do cold emailing for internships. 100%, bro. 100%. You can even just be like, even at the bottom of this email, I built my own agentic AI pipeline to send out this cold email. I'm AI native, I'm AI first, I want to work for your company. You should, and I'm telling you right now, only intern for places that are pro AI. Do not work at places that are bad, like that look down on AI. That will fuck up your career. You need to get on this now, bro. I can't stress this enough. I know it's just the evening. I don't know where you're based, actually. It might just be in the evening, right? But I don't know what else to say. Like, it's the most important thing. Pro AI only companies. Pro AI only companies. Do not go to some big bank. Do not go to some insurance company. Only go there if you get nothing else. Yeah, in the States, you're 12 hours behind, right? Obviously, it's 11:36 p.m. What I would recommend is right now, go download Google Anti-Gravity. Google Anti-Gravity, okay? And build a simple landing page for a business, okay? Build a simple landing page for a business. I'm going to show you one of the landing pages Claude built in literally 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's going to load up in a second. I need you to get that oh shit moment. When you have that oh shit moment, your curiosity and your self-driven stuff will just take you, and you will go find out the rest. You'll learn about hooks and the Ralph loop and all this crap. But right now, yeah, set it up, okay? And I'm gonna send you an agents.md file, actually. Let me send you an agents.md file that you can use. Starter kit. Yo, actually, the starter kit is here, bro. Yo, go to this link. How do I put this? Go to this link and download the starter kit. Anti-Gravity is just basically VS Code. It's just an IDE, right? So you just open that starter kit in the IDE, obviously unzip the file and everything, and you need to request. It's free to join, but it's just because all my documents and shit are loaded up on here. So yeah, let me know when you have made the request, and I will approve you. Let's see what Claude is saying in the meantime. Wait, are you in? Have you made a request? Make the request, G, and then you can go to that link. This is the about page. It's just because I want to send you is this starter kit. This starter kit. And this is the agency page it made. And it also sets up it'll work and set up a Calendly link. Requested. Let me just quickly go. Okay. And then, bro, go to Agentic AI and download the starter kit. I approved. Go there, download the starter kit, and build a project that you've wanted to build. Like, or even just ask, even just ask the, even just ask the agent, how do I work with you? You know what I mean? Just ask it, how do I work with you? And it will read the agents.md file and do everything for you. Okay? And also, I think LLM evals are the next massive thing. So make sure that you are on that. But we can get to that later because I'm also figuring out how evals work. It's just a bunch of data science, to be honest. Is the work done? You can download the ebook and shit as well, like whatever. It's all, the ebook is there to demystify any questions that you have. You can look at it. You can look at a video I made, whatever. Let me know how things go in terms of installing. I'm gonna get back to my projects. Autonomous. Okay. So all right, let's go deeper. Fire away on all of these. The more detailed, the better. Okay, the setup. Your terminal situation. Are you using iTerm, the default terminal? I don't know what I'm using. I think I'm using the default terminal, mate. Yeah, I think I'm using the default terminal. I have different tabs in the terminal open. Any tmux screen action or just raw terminals? I think it's just raw terminals. I don't know what tmux screen is. The cowork agent specifically. It manages my calendar. It's connected to my Google Calendar and Gmail. It puts in all the flights, my accommodation, all that stuff. Yeah, it actually creates calendar events. I tell my to-do list verbally, but it has a file of historical to-dos that it manages based on what I say and what it does. The hooks, the to-do completion hook. Show me the flow. You finish the task, what happens next? Is there a verification where you confirm it's done, or does Claude decide? It's actually, so Claude finishes a task, verifies with me that it's done, and then when it's done and I approve, then it actually says, okay, it's done, and then puts it in. Where does the to-do list live? To-do right tool? It's just a markdown checklist, I think. So it's somewhere in this file. I mean, is it somewhere in this directory? I don't block anything else, I think. Yeah, no, I don't know how to write any hooks that modify what Claude does. Can you explain more about that? No hooks that log everything for later review. Actually, I should probably have hooks that log traces so that I can analyze them later. Make that a to-do. Context files. Bro, you just read my Claude story agents.md. You read the me.md file. Why are you asking me these questions? Claude sometimes, not from my personal experience, but from others, writes, like, will change the test so that the test passes. I don't want Claude to do that. I need you to prevent that from happening, actually. I just kill a session when the context gets too long, or the Claude is bugging out. Or it's going to compact, and I tell Claude to write handover documents for the next agent to take over. I have not lost work because of a mistake because of Claude, but maybe I need to use it in many ways to figure out how to lose the work, to be honest. What took me the longest to figure out is getting my head around the terminologies and just fighting my fear of using this thing. What do you wish someone told you on day one? Claude gives you access to programming, and programming can basically do anything depending on what you connect with. What's still confusing or inconsistent is, how do I use slash commands? Like, how do I make it super customizable? I haven't made Claude code super customizable to my workflow yet. In terms of low control, high oversight, what I do is I spend insane amounts of hours planning, or insane amounts of time planning. It really goes back to that Abraham Lincoln quote, or whatever, that old American guy's quote, where if you want to chop down a tree, you spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe, and then you spend the next 1 hour cutting. How much do you read what Claude writes versus I just trust and verify the output, to be honest. I read the stack traces. I don't read what Claude writes specifically. I've never pair programmed with Claude, actually. Maybe I should. What's overrated about Claude is actually that it shows the limitation of the user. It doesn't actually show you, if you're not good with the agents, it's actually a person's fault. So I think people need to improve their own personal understanding of tech and how to work on multiple things at the same time. What's underrated? The actual agent itself is really, really good. And what you need to do is just optimize the context window so that the agent has one clear task, has all the relevant context, and can do that one clear task, write a handover document, and then end. I don't think I would I don't know what I would change if I redesigned the tool. I'm not that smart. Also, I like to speak to Claude. I do not type to Claude. So what I do is I use Super Whisper on the free plan, and I just do Options spacebar, and I just speak to Claude and let it run. Go through it, bro. Download, set up anti-gravity, talk to it. Don't read the ebook first. Talk to anti-gravity first. Even better, throw the ebook into anti-gravity and tell it to learn from the ebook. You don't need, if you can just find a source of good information, you don't need to do anything. You can just make the agent read the ebook and understand, or the agent reads the YouTube transcript. I want my mom to have cute creatives. I just want to generate viral creatives actually, with insane images and stuff with the source. The mom character doesn't actually have to be there. The reason being, I want to just draw eyeballs to the product and show them how we're using AI for video creation. I know that actually with the AI generated videos, it's all about storyline, because people do care about the visuals or the aesthetic or the fact that it's AI, but if it's absolutely ridiculous, they're okay with it. So I want to play on that. What's going on, bro? Yeah, cut the shit, bro. What does that, the Dinder Ralph loop set up, what is it saying? Walk me through the high level architecture / points. And I want to just build this app for iOS. I don't care about Android right now. Where's Big Dog on the stream? Fly Guy? Who's Fly Guy? What's up, bro? What are you saying? Talk to me. Okay, let me send this off to my boy. I also asked Claude to organize my drive. Let's do business, let's do clients, let's do new folder. Let's just do Minaj Ahmed. No. Newsletter generator. Let's file upload. Where's the file, bro? Agents, Texas POI. Data processed. POI master. Let's give it to Minaj. Let's share. Anyone with the link. Copy link, done. Okay, let's check my 13%. Uh, might have to change the live stream screen for a second, lads. Oh, one sec. Download anyway, put into agents, Texas POI pipeline, client articles, copy. Okay, I've given you my client's XML file of all of the work that he's actually generated, so the 1500 articles. What I need now is the entity scraping, because I would need to figure out which points of interest have actually appeared up in all of his articles. There's a few flowchart diagrams that are available to you, and I want you to figure out what to do and come up with a plan so that we can truly generate so we can truly personalize our solution to the client. Let me go back. Let's close all this stuff. Claude. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's close this. Just low power for a sec. Okay, terminal, let's see what's going on. I will be back on stream in 2 seconds. I'm just taking a little break whilst Claude works. 2 secs. inside and charge my laptop because I think it's gonna die soon. Okay. Move this out of the way. Put this in here. That's bro, I'm living my life, bro. It's quite sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good time here, man. I just work in the morning. I just go to training in the afternoon. I haven't trained in the last 4 days because I've just been so engrossed in the AI shit, to be honest. But yeah, man, I'm fucking vibing out here. It's good. And the people are super nice. Chiang Mai is sick. Thailand is cool. It's definitely worth coming. Bangkok is apparently expensive. I haven't been yet. I'll let you guys know when I go. But Chiang Mai is cheap as fuck, so it's worth going. This guy's working. What's this guy doing? Review the HTMLs in my browser. Alright, let's see what Claude made. This course teaches you how to make AI actually do things for you, not just chat, not just answer questions, actually execute tasks. Yeah, chat. Yeah, agent. Formula. Agent. Yeah, how you set up Claude Code. This is okay. Cool. Pro Talk. Don't type. Speak. Use super free option spacebar. Yeah. Plus you had 5 hours to shut down tree. Yeah. Spend a minute. Okay. Execute. Yeah. The multi-window setup. Default terminal. Multiple tabs. Nothing fancy. Raw and simple. Optimize context for one clear goal, write a handover document at the end, and the to-do completion flow. Claude verifies with you, approve, mark, done. Pre-tool use block dangerous commands before they run. Mark to-dos. We're also going to change the okay. What I want you to do is also include skills and MCP servers, because I use MCP servers when I'm connecting to, say, Canva and I want to make a presentation, or I use skills so that when I spawn a new sub agent, the agent has exactly the tools needed and the context and, I guess, quote unquote, the skills to do the fucking task, right? And in the build your own agent section, I want you to actually write some Python code that shows you the minimal amount of Python code you need to build an agent, because an agent is just a loop. You just have an LLM, you literally give it context and you loop through it. So you give it the context, the agent does some stuff, it appends to the context, and you give it your input and you just loop through it. And then obviously the agent has access to tools, so you have another if statement or whatever where you actually say if the user requested tools or not, blah blah blah. So do that, write some sample code. And then for the Ralph loop, I want you to write code for the Ralph loop too, mate. And agentic AI on your phone, we will go through that later. Did you see what it built, by the way? Did you see like these HTML files of content it's made? I haven't written a single thing. I've literally given it YouTube videos to do shit. How are you doing the entity extraction from the XML files? How are you even passing the XML files? What does the XML file look like? I want you to break down the XML file to me because I'm unsure and maybe I can help you work more efficiently. I don't think I'm running Xcode on my Mac. What the hell is Xcode? I've heard about it, but I've never used it. Or I think I have used it. Maybe I have Xcode. Check. Actually, I have Xcode in a previous. Wait, double check if I have Xcode. I don't know. What's yours doing, bro? What's yours doing, bro? You cannot moderate yourself. Oh, interesting. What I think you could do is actually use Claude Code to help you study, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Because well, actually, it's pretty easy, right? If you're a maths and physics person, realistically, oh, gym analytical app is good. Oh, that reminds me, I need to update my weight. Thank you. Let me throw it into Claude. By the way, my weight today is 79.3 kilos. There's a weight tracking MD file. I don't think agents.md is a cloud workspace. Is it? Oh, wait a second. Is it? I think I have it, but I'm not too sure. What do you think? I think I have it. That's fucking fire. By the way, if you want to just have a quick app on your phone, you can make it a progressive web app. So you can ask your agent how that works, but you can literally just make a web app and then say add to bookmarks on your phone, and then it'll just be on your phone, bro, with shit loaded in. And you can just have a super base database and stuff. Like, it's super easy. Oh my god. Try PWAs, ask your agent about them, might be the simplest setup instead of building a full-on app. Wagwan, Utah. Download Xcode for me. My weight is 79.3 kilos. Add it to the MD file. Oh my god, I have to go through this again. Okay, whatever. Using Claude Code to the max. Make sure you talk about tools, skills, and how you can use skills effectively when you generate a new agent, because the skills give them exactly all the context needed and the skills needed to solve that task. For the build your own agent, I want you to write the Python code because it's just a fucking loop, appending to the context window, and when there's tool use, they call tools. I want you to really make it simple so that people understand how simple building your own agent is. It's literally just call the LLM, append to the context window, and give the LLM the ability to call tools. For the Ralph loop, again, I won't code because the Ralph loop isn't anything special. It's just spawning up a new Claude Code instance with a fresh context window, and the way you can feed in your important stuff is by just throwing it in a prompt.md file, which is written when just before that agent is spawned or just after an agent is finished. And then how to set up agentic AI on your phone. We use Terminus. Buy a VM on Google Cloud, and you can install Claude Code on the Google Cloud. You can get your agent to set everything up using Google Cloud CLI, and now you have Claude Code on your on cloud. So that means you can use it on your phone and constantly be working as long as you have all your files in the relevant places. Use a combination of G Drive, GitHub, and the VM to store your data, and then you can use rclone or something to clone repos and make sure that files are consistent between places. Undo what you did. That prompt was for a different agent, sorry. Why would the articles cost money? Why aren't you just spawning a Claude Code instance to figure out what it's doing? Like, what? Can't you use Claude Code with a search engine tool to figure out if, like, what the Google Maps thing is? Like, there must be a free way. I don't want to pay. Don't pay. What's up? Don't tell me this is another Fly Guy alternative, or is this a new? This is a new person, right? Tahir, Zion. That's kind of a gangster name, man. It's kind of black coded though. Tahir, maybe it's Bengali. I know a lot of Tahirs that are Bengali. Bro, Tahir, I hope you're on the agentic AI shit, bro. This is the fucking way. Install Xcode, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Just do this shit for me. Write me a prompt for what you want, because I'm going to give it to another agent so I can collaborate and get this task done. Write me a handover file. Let's see what my Claude usage is. It's okay. I never use Sonnet. Sonnet is so dumb compared to Opus. Why would I ever use anything other than Opus? Don't generate ASCII files as images for this. Generate actual images with HTML and CSS, bro. I also want you to write a section on why it's important to keep your context window clean and free from bloat, and how there is a dumb section where if you just load Claude code with too much context, it's just not going to perform as well. You just have to treat it like a human, to be honest. You can't overload a human with information. You need to give them exactly what they need to execute on the task, right? Same thing you would do an employee. Claude dangerously skip permissions. Read. Have you created a handover document for exactly what we're planning on doing with it in the vibe coding thing? I'm not trying to build a factory right now. I'm just trying to build the app. Once I build the app, then I want to build a factory, or at least build another 2 or 3 apps and then build a factory. Just because an article has been made or a point of interest has been referenced doesn't mean it can't be referenced again, because I'm sure it's been referenced in a few ways. How many actual POIs existed in my client's content library? Do you have access to the expo skills? There are a bunch of expo skills I can give to you. This is content from a tweet I just copy pasted. Can you go and check this, please, and see if there are any expo skills that are missing that will help you build? Also, can you search for any mobile app development skills with React Native? Or would a React skill be enough, actually? I think electrical engineering is good if you want to get into hardware. Hardware is going to be the future. If you're a really good electrical engineer, there's a lot of fucking money to be made. It goes up beyond my head, though. I'm not a hardware guy. Hardware is a bit fucked. But it's definitely awesome. If you can do that shit, worth learning. Definitely worth learning. But your heart's got to be in it, man. It's not easy. So don't just go and learn it for the money. Go and learn it because you're interested in it. But hardware is the future. There's big global conflicts going on just because of hardware resources. Trump's going to South America just for the silver and the oil. China needs that silver to make fucking semiconductors and chips. Electric cars are blowing up. Chips are blowing up. You think about this. Yeah, go on. Add the skills you think are relevant. I trust you. Can you consolidate all of this work in a markdown file in terms of how the agent should behave? Because I gave an agent my weight and it didn't know what to do. So I need you to make sure that the agent, like, can we create some sort of lookup table that we could put in agents.md that allows the agent to figure out which markdown file to read for each task? So you send it to the claude MD or agents.md, right? And say I have a task and the LLM categorizes it, looks at the claude and agents.md file, realizes, oh, this is a to-do or this is a wait or something, looks at the lookup table in that file, figures out, oh, go and read the personal assistant.md file, and then it loads that into context. Like, that's how I kind of want it to run. I need to make you efficient at searching through MD files and knowing exactly what skills and tools to use to get the task done. Do a full extraction, bro. And also look at the entity relationship diagrams for those tables that we generated, because my client, when he generates new newsletters, wants to know if they've already done this format, or if an article has already been mentioned XYZ times, or if an article has already been mentioned in a different type of article. So I need this type of relationship as well. Work with me. Like, I think you should have a data or a schema. There's a HTML somewhere that demonstrates this. And then, yeah, go for the full 1500 extraction. Bro, the world is changing this year. That's why I told you to go buy hardware, because people are fighting for resources right now, as there's a geopolitical struggle. This is what I think is going to happen. And like, Trump is going to have North and South America, Putin's going to have Europe, and she's going to have like Southeast Asia and Asia. Africa, India is gonna have its own thing. You know, India will be in its own world. Africa, I don't know who's gonna control Africa. Probably China still, because they have a lot of things going on in Africa in terms of mining and resources and development, and sort of that neoliberal economic political ideology where China comes in, builds infrastructure, gives them debt, takes resources. Um, the world is moving into a conflict for resources and power, bro. So that means having hardware, having land. Buy the hardware you're going to use to make money to get the fuck out of whatever situation you're in right now. Yeah. GPUs, bro. If I was in a stable place, I'd buy a GPU, bro, and try and run LLMs locally. I think we actually need to do an audit of all my agents.md files and how all of my different files are allocated, because this directory is very messed up. Write me a handover document for another agent to go and reorganize this entire directory. Yeah. Like, I want like workflow instructions. Like, I need the agent to understand how to work with me and how this directory is handled, because this directory has my entire life in it, and I want you to be able to work in this and scale this and be able to not swap between contexts, but understand all of the different contexts going on and like figure out which ones to append and work with. So yeah, do that. Bro, do you not have access to my local file system? If you don't, then just write me a handover document for what I want, and don't try and infer what's in the file system, because then I'll give it to another agent to go and do the inferences and clean it up. Who's the 3 concurrent viewers? Come on, guys. What's happening? What's happening? Talk to me. Talk to me. Yo, also, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hope you guys have been good. What the fuck? It's a good time. I've been reconnecting. just replying to my client. Don't assume any names. It's because you're working somewhere else that you don't have this context. Can you please write a generic document I can work with the agent on? So what's going on? Yeah, show me how to query these tables for the newsletter generator, and actually even show me the different formats of how can I test this? Basically, I want to see the database. I want to see you generate articles from there, and maybe even write some markdown files so that I can give it to my client so that he can paste it in his agentic AI system with the data sets that you've given and start generating articles. And he can go and iterate on them. What's actually, this isn't for my mom's business. Let's just stop that context right now. I know you were helping me with that. What I want is actually to figure out how you can connect with video, image, Blender, all these sorts of visual things so that I can use Claude to generate visual things. Write me like a playbook, or write yourself some instructions, or give me a list of MCP servers, or give me a list of skills. Like, I want to know how I can work with images and videos with you without me having to go in and prompt shit, because I'm not a cinematic god. I don't know all these wide angle 50mm lens shit. Like, I have something in my mind's eye. I need you to interview me on that, which I think there's a prompt in the file system somewhere to help you interview me and figure out what I exactly want and get all that shit. So yeah. Yo, David, appreciate you, bro. Wow, inspiring. Maybe I am inspiring. Nah, I'm not. What the fuck? Oh, I like this actually. What else? Can you also add like, I wonder if you could add like speaker notes, because when I go through, actually, you know what I want you to do? I want you to connect to the Canva MCP server and create slides for me. Can you do that with my branding and the color scheme? Or like make a presentation in Canva. Can we go through the spec.md and make sure that all the tasks are super clear so that you can execute the Ralph loop properly without me being there? I need to know what you're going to do and why you're doing it, and like what you think might be a pitfall, because I don't know too much about mobile app development. I know other people have vibe coded shit with mobile applications, but I haven't done that. So I need you to walk me through it like I'm an idiot. How does the UI work, bro? Is it sending API requests still? Like, is the backend loaded onto the phone? Like, what the fuck is going on? I hope you see how I use this. I fucking smash Claude. Okay, where are you, my child? Claude, dangerously skip permissions. No image found in clipboard. Okay. Let's move you in. Organizing my directory files. Claude, dangerously skip permissions. I need you to read the... What folder, bro? The organizing my directory files, okay? I have copied these as outputs from a different Claude co-work chat because it was working with my entire file system instead of this specific folder. What I want you to do is look, read these files, figure out what I want. Okay, read these files and then interview me on what I want because I don't want to explain myself again and again. I want everything to live in the agents folder, okay? If I rename the folder, that's fine, but I want everything to live in the agents folder. I want this agents folder to be literally my entire life. My business, my personal tasks, my personal goals, content I'm generating, every single thing, okay? I don't think you need to search my Mac right now. I will just drag and drop shit from my Mac to you. And what I want you to do is create an optimized search function that uses the way you search my file system to optimally execute tasks. What that means is I would want sort of like the agents.md or the claude MD file to be a lookup table of which MD files you should look at to execute certain tasks. So for example, if I just give you my weight, I want you to look at the lookup table, be like, oh, he's giving me his weight. That's a personal thing. He needs that tracked. Okay, track it. Or if I tell you, hey, I need to work on a client project. So you can go and look at the client project. You can look at like a client's MD file or some other MD file, and be like, oh, which client are you working with? And I tell you which client, and then there's another MD file, and then you get the context for that client, and you can just work. Does this make sense? I really need you to optimize the way you search through my directory, but I also want you to clean up my directory right now because it's super unorganized. And I want it to be organized in a way where you can efficiently search through things, and so can I. I don't want different files in different places. I want everything, as in like, I want separation of concerns, and then within each project, I want locality of behavior. Fuck Claude Cowork, bro. This is dumb. Okay, have you, you zipped it up. Okay, do you have a readme? Oh, you have an how to guide as well. Wow, okay, cool. Let me just give it to my guy then. All right, thank you. Oh shit, okay, cool. Where is it? Texas POI. Where is this? Where is this drive? Business. Oh, wait, let me tell my client this. Okay. Can you write me a handover document with everything we've done here, talking about the state of the project? I'm giving the client the zip file, and I want you to make sure that everything we've done has just been documented around what we're doing, etc. Great. I think I am connected to the Canva MCP server, or there is one. Can you do that for me? Yo, I think I'm gonna go, guys. Oh, GitHub. What do you, I'll answer the last question before I go. Sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean? How I feel about GitHub? What do you mean? I don't understand. I like GitHub, right? GitHub is good. You save your code there. What's bad about GitHub? I guess Microsoft owns it, which kind of fucking sucks. But it is, other than that, no, nothing. What do you mean? GitHub. Also, this FYI. And yes, search for Canva MCP. I'm sure it exists. I saw it as a connector when I was working with Claude Co-work. Okay, bro, I'm gonna go. I don't know what you mean by the how do you feel about GitHub, but I hope you build with AI, dog. That's it. And I'll message you in the community, so that'd be cool. All right, peace. And maybe I'll stream later today. I don't know. This was fun. I'm gonna end stream. Bye bye.